Hi there, welcome to Tech Center. This is Joshua and I'm going to introduce you to 3D Objects tool in Paint 3D. Before we jump into the video, I want to give a shout out to Harry and Ali for supporting my channel. Please consider subscribing and click the notification bell to receive future videos from my channel. If you haven't already watched my previous video about using the text tool in Paint 3D, I've put a link in the description box below so you can watch the video. Now I'm going to show you how to use the 3D Objects tool in Paint 3D. I'm going to open Paint 3D from the Windows Programs list. Click Start, and then on Paint 3D. Now that Paint 3D is open, I'm going to open a new blank canvas by clicking on New. Here you can see the blank canvas. I'm going to click on the 3D Shapes tool, and in the sidebar here you can see the 3D objects. In this video I'm going to show you the first 5 3D objects. I'm going to start off with the cube. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to left click and drag on the canvas to draw the cube. Left click and drag. I can resize and adjust its shape slightly by left clicking and dragging on the canvas. If I let go of left click, it will be in position. I'm going to let go of left click. Now that I've let go of left click, you can see that the shape is selected. You can see 4 handles around the shape, and you can see grip points around it. If you want to resize the shape, you can use the grip points to do so. I'm going to resize the shape. I'm going to use this grip point. Now I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to rotate it by its x-axis. You can see the top face. Now I'm going to rotate it by its y-axis. Here you can see the 3 faces. Now I can also rotate it by its z-axis. So I can rotate it like this. I'm going to bring this in the middle of my canvas, and I'm going to resize it using the grip points. I'm going to let go of left click to place it in position. Now I'm going to introduce you to the z-axis position handle. So this will determine how far from the canvas you put the shape. So if I left click and drag, you can see that the shape is moving back and forth through the canvas. So if I move it behind the canvas like this, and I let go of left click, you can see the outline of the shape, but you can't see the shape anymore. This is because it is behind the canvas. I'm going to bring it in front of the canvas again by clicking on the handle again. I'm going to left click and drag. I'm going to bring it in front of the canvas. Then I'm going to let go of left click. Now that it is in front of the canvas, I'm going to introduce you how to edit its color. So when you select a 3D shape, you will see the sidebar changes, and these are the options that you find. The top one is to change its color. So I'm going to click on it. Here is the current color of the shape. I'm going to change it to green. I'm going to close the color palette by clicking outside of the color palette. You can see that the shape is no longer selected and the shape is green. If I click on the shape to reselect it, and I rotate it using the rotation handles, you can see that the shape is fully green. We can also customize these shapes with stickers, textures and drawing on it, and as well as that we can change their lighting effects. I'm going to add stickers to this shape, so I'm going to click on the stickers tab. Now I'm going to click on stickers. I'm going to add a cloud sticker, so I'm going to click on the cloud. Now I'm going to left click and drag on the shape to put the cloud on top of it. So here's the cloud. Stickers, drawing on 3D shapes with brushes and textures all have the same effect. They all wrap around the shape. So if I put it like this on the edge, some of it wraps onto this side as well as this. So if I stamp it to put it over here, you can see that I have a copy of the same sticker. So I'm going to move it over here. Now I'm going to commit, so I place it down. You can see that there are two stickers on the shape. I'm going to rotate it to show you. You can see that it is wrapped around the edge, and the other one you can see is flat on the face because I put it in the middle. Now I'm going to move on to another shape. So I'm going to click on 3D Shapes tool. Now I'm going to click on the Sphere tool. I'm going to left click and drag. Here you can see the sphere. I'm going to change its colour by going to the sidebar. I'm going to click on Edit Colour. I'm going to make it red. Now I'm going to go to the brushes. And I'm going to choose the oil brush. I'm going to change the brush colour to light blue. I'm going to left click and drag on the shape to draw on it. Now you can see that there is a free rotation handle below the shape. This is because I drew on the shape with a brush. Even if you put stickers on it, there will be a free rotation handle. So if I left click and drag on the free rotation handle, you can see that I can move the ball around, or the shape, and I can just draw on it even more. Once I'm done, I can go to the Select tool to escape the command. Now if I click on the sphere and I try to rotate it, you can see two smiley faces on it. These are the ones I drew on the face. Now I'm going to move on to the third shape. 3D shapes. The next shape is a hemisphere. I'm going to left click and drag. You can see that the colour of this shape was not indigo this time. This time it was the light blue. This is because the last colour that we chose was light blue for painting. So if we want, we can change its colour by going to Edit Colour. I'm going to keep the colour the same colour, so I'm going to close the colour palette by clicking outside of the colour palette. Now I'm going to go back to the Stickers tab, and I'm going to click on the Textures. Here you can see 8 textures. We can put any of them on these shapes. I'm going to choose the wood texture. I'm going to left click and drag. Here you can see the texture. If I move to the texture and I left click and drag on it, you can see that I can move it around the canvas. If I move my cursor on top of the shape and I'm clicking and dragging on the sticker, you can see that the sticker is wrapping around the shape. I'm going to stamp it. I'm going to move the sticker out the way, and you can see that it has the wood texture. Now if I move it back on and I use the free rotation handle, I'm going to rotate it. You can see that the whole shape has been filled except for the bottom, so I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to stamp it there, and I'm going to stamp it there as well. Now I'm going to commit it over here. Now if I select the shape by clicking on it, now rotate it, you can see almost the whole shape is filled. You can see that this part has not been filled. I'm going to fill it in, so I'm going to go back to stickers, and I'm going to use the wood sticker. I'm going to left click and drag, so now I'm going to use the grip points around the sticker to enlarge it. Now I'm going to click on commit. Now I'm going to move this to the side by left clicking and dragging. Let me turn this shape. I'm going to deselect the shape now. You can do the same with any of the other textures. You can do the same with any of the other stickers as well. Now I'm going to move on to the fourth shape. 3D Shapes tool. The fourth shape is a cone. So if I left click and drag, you can see that the cone has been made. I'm going to change its color by clicking on Edit Color. I'm going to change it to gold, and I'm going to rotate it using the rotation handles. As well as stickers, textures and brushes, we can also put on 2D shapes onto 3D shapes. When put onto 3D shapes, 2D shapes act like stickers. So let me show you that. 2D Shapes tool. I'm going to select the square, and I'm going to left click and drag. If I left click and drag, you can see that it is a normal square on canvas. But if I left click and drag and I move it onto the cone, you can see that it is wrapping around the cone. I can rotate the shape because it is still a 2D shape. It's just that it's wrapping around the 3D shape. I can stamp it. I'm going to change its fill color to sky blue. You can see that the fill color has been changed to sky blue. I can also change the color of the line. I'm going to change it to green. I'm going to make the thickness of the line slightly thicker by using this slide bar. I can also choose the opacity of the sticker, so this controls how transparent it is. So if I left click and drag to the left, you can see that it is becoming harder to see. This is becoming less visible. This is because it is transparent, but if I move it to the right, you can see it more clearly. This is because it is opaque. I'm going to make it 50%. So now, if I click commit, it will be committed onto this shape. I'm going to click on commit. Now if I rotate the shape again, by left clicking on it to select it, and I rotate it using the rotation handles, now I'm going to rotate the shape like this, and I'm going to deselect it by clicking outside of the shape. Now I'm going to introduce you to the last shape. I'm going to click on 3D Shapes. The last shape is a square-based pyramid. I'm going to click on the square-based pyramid. Now I'm going to left click and drag. I'm going to rotate the pyramid. Currently you can see 3 faces, 1, 2 and 3, but it's hard to see this edge, so I'm going to put a line on top of it so you can see it easily. I'm going to go to 2D Shapes, Now I'm going to use the line tool. I'm going to left click and drag. As you can see, it's slightly wobbly. I can adjust it. Left click and drag. Once I let go of left click, you can see the selection. It is now on the edge. Now if I extend it, you can see the line more clearly. It's not perfect, but it's wrapping around the edge. I'm going to commit. Now if I move around, you can see that if I rotate it, you can see the green on it, the green line. You can see that the edge is more clear. It's easier to see the edge compared to these edges. I'm going to deselect the shape by clicking outside the selection box. You can do textures, stickers and everything else like we did with all the other shapes onto this shape as well. You can do that with all the 3D shapes. Now that I've shown you how to use the first 5 3D objects, I'm going to save this file. I'm going to go to Menu, then I'm going to click on Save. You can see 4 options. I'm going to click on Paint 3D Project. If you don't save it as a Paint 3D project, it will not stay as a 3D object. It will become a 2D object. Because if you save it as an image and you try to reopen it, and you try to edit it with Paint 3D, it will become a 2D object. You can't rotate the shapes anymore. So I'm going to save it as a Paint 3D project. I'm going to call it First 5 3D Objects. And I'm going to save it in Paint 3D. You can see that saving takes a while. This is because there are so many stickers, textures and 3D shapes. Now that it is saved, I'm going to close Paint 3D. In my future videos, I'll be posting tutorials on Paint 3D and how to make games in Python. I hope that this video was helpful for you. If you like this video, please smash that like button and share it to your friends and family. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please click the red subscribe button below. If you have any questions or comments about this video, or if you'd like to get links for all of my previous videos, please contact me via email at fulltechcenter@gmail.com. I've put a link in the description box below. See you in the next video.